Hi! Today I'm going to be reviewing the Phase 1 Marvel Cinematic Universe movie posters, and I'm joined by my friend Ian Black.
Hey, what's up?
Ian has a new channel of his own where he's in the process of making content, and I was in a video of his not too long ago. If you want to watch that now, you can click the card or the link in the description, or you can wait till the end where it will be linked again. Alright, so before we look at the MCU posters, let's talk taste. Do you have any movie posters from, like, any movie that stick out in your memory?
Personally, I've always been a big fan of the Jason Bourne movies posters.
Oh, yeah. Well, they initiated that kind of orange and blue movie poster look that's now like a cliche. Because that was the Jason Bourne look for a while.
Yeah.
I like the classic, like, Jaws one where...
yeah.
One of my favorites is actually from a movie I hate. It's, The Phantom Menace, where you have, like, the poster where it's the kid standing there and then his shadow is Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice
That's
poster.
classic.
All right, so let's just jump right into it, back into 2008, and look at that announcement poster that they put around, before they'd casted anybody or done any design. Like, this is just like a panel of a comic book. I think this might have been ripped from a comic book, right? Because it really looks like it.
No, that's definitely a drawing.
It also doesn't look anything like the movie.
No, the model for his armor is completely different.
And, that's what they're saying. That's why they're calling it a Stark Industries prototype, because they knew they were going to change the design, because they were looking to get investors on board.
Yeah.
But, like, if I were the kind of person who got movie posters, and I wanted an Iron Man movie poster, this would definitely be the one I went for.
Yeah?
Yeah, because instead of getting CGI metal, you get this nice drawing. So
Yeah.
And the geometry of it, I think it's pretty interesting because his hand moves forward, and the light flash from his hand lines up to the light flash in his heart. So I think this is an overall good start, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Let's look at the more professional posters you might have seen in the theater. Move forward.
Yeah.
And I think most of us saw this one. Well, what are your first thoughts on this? They don't have the name, even though it's like
No, you don't even know what it is. It's just Iron Man 5208.
Yeah, but that would make sense for like Batman. But Iron Man was pretty obscure at the time, right?
Yeah, it's hard to imagine a time when like people just don't know Iron Man.
But that was 2008, and so that's a really brave poster. And it looks cool now, but I don't know if it was...
assume that people would know who that is. Like, people think, oh, this is just another whatever random robot cyborg movie. Like, I mean, I guess you see the Marvel logo on the bottom, then you don't...
Yeah, but remember, at the time, when people saw Marvel, they were thinking X-Men and Spider-Man, right? So, it's an interesting looking poster, but I don't know if it's that effective. All right, let's move on. Oh, God.
No, this is classic. It's Star Wars.
Yeah, that's the thing. Before Disney even bought it.
Yeah. Man.
Well, the thing is, like, Marvel has kind of become known for these floating head posters.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really bad. Star Wars gets away with it because it's classic.
Yeah.
But this is really... Like, look at... the shadows on everybody.
Yeah.
Like the man on the bottom, his shadow's coming from the bottom of the screen. Then the bald guy is coming from like the top. Tony Stark is coming from the side. Pepper Potts, it's like barely there. Like it's just doesn't match
what's
at all.
going on?
And then you've got like there's like a tiny like Iron Patriot in the background.
Yeah. And you can't even tell. Like
then there's another little tiny one above the airplanes that's flying up. That's Iron Man. So you have to like squint to see either of them.
The light is all over the place. Like there's the lens flare by his chest.
You've got all this crap on the right, and you've got nothing on the left. It's like just this like background from Microsoft
all these
Paint.
People, and then
and then you have like a J.J. Abrams lens flare coming off of his heart.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, it's a bad combo.
I don't know what Marvel's deal with dramatic shadows and not being able to line them up properly.
They put the Iron Man name in there.
Yeah.
So that's in now.
Yeah, you know what it
You know
is, who
what
it
it
is.
is, if you have any idea what Iron Man
Yeah,
is. But
yeah.
yeah, that's
Who?
that's
Yeah,
our first kind of
no
bad.
one's gonna know who the guy in the middle is. The
Yeah,
guy with
and
the beard. I
that's where
don't know
your
who that
eyes
guy
go.
is. I don't remember him.
Yeah, that's where your eyes go too. He was the bad guy, I think, but like,
Right.
there's nothing to distinguish him as that.
Yeah.
He's just kind of there. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, you ready to move forward?
Sure. Oh, they did it again.
And it's worse.
Explosions.
Look,
Look how small the bad guy is.
yeah, and then he's like holding his hands, like you can't even tell what that position of his hands is. It looks like he's got one finger out, but then like they're still like
Yeah.
gripping each other. Like they couldn't
One.
decide what the look was when they were photoshopping hands on the man. And
Oh,
then you still got the
yikes.
tiny Iron Man on the top left now.
Oh wait, yeah, it's the exact same one. They just
Why?
flipped it around. They just took the planes and the tiny Iron Man.
And then look at the shadows on like Iron Man's mask.
Hmm.
They're they're streaking.
What is
His
what is
mascara
he
got
looking
screwed
at?
up.
What is he looking at? That's the real
The
question.
next movie poster, apparently.
Yeah.
And then you've got tiny helicopters in front
Oh
of Iron
yes.
Man, and then like a city, but like it just kind of like melts into everything.
Oh
Like,
yeah. And Tony Stark is like kind of fading into Iron Man. Like they didn't bother to have his entire body there.
yeah. Well, if you zoom in on like Iron Patriot here, like that man's is like look at his hand. Like it's blurred with an explosion. He's blurred with
Yeah.
helicopters and with a city.
Yeah, it's only like he's not even
Like
it's
there's
just the
nothing good.
very top of him.
And then like the background with like the gear marks going
Yeah.
out. It's like a Spy Kids background.
It really is.
Now, a lot of people don't even know that the Incredible Hulk movie was in the MCU. Like, people
Oh
just
yeah.
forget this movie exists.
People people completely forget it. I I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, me neither. They recast Hulk for the Avengers, so it's just a totally different thing. The only reason it's connected is like Tony Stark appears at the end, but that's the movie. We're here
Right,
looking
right.
at the
We're here
we're
to
here looking at
talk
the
about the
posters.
poster.
I think it's pretty good.
I kind of like it. They're Marvel really likes helicopters.
Yeah. But helicopters are important in Hulk. They were stupid in Iron Man because it's like, when did you see a
Yeah,
helicopter in Iron Man? But like,
that's
Hulk
true.
is always like grabbing them and stuff, so I
Oh
think that
yeah,
works.
throwing them around like King Kong or whatever.
My problem with this is color. It's too much denim. Like,
Yeah.
first of all,
Oh, all the
the
denim.
sky looks like denim.
Yeah.
But Hulk's pants, like the classic purple pants, was like such
Yeah.
a
Where did that
perfect
go?
contrast that like the jeans on Hulk never looked right. And then
Yeah.
of course, like the world's best radiation scientist is wearing denim
All
jacket and denim
denim.
pants and like is that a guitar on his back?
Nah, surely.
What's on his back?
I don't know. It looks like some kind of satchel, maybe.
Oh
That's a
god.
good word, satchel. Oh,
Satchel.
those are tanks in the background. You can
Oh
barely even
god.
tell what those are.
Those are really small looking tanks.
Yeah.
But I think the overall look of it's pretty interesting, pretty good.
Yeah.
Even if
It doesn't. It wouldn't
it's not
really
a perfect
pop out
poster.
at you at a theater.
It's not a 10 out of 10 poster. I wouldn't put this up on my wall. You know.
No.
All right, let's look at the next one. So, we got some.
There we go.
You got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got some bad CGI look
Very.
here.
Look at those stretched muscles. Yeah. He look
Yeah.
like you can't even tell the depth of him.
His hair looks wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
his hair.
Yeah. I know you're right.
It looks like they
The
took his actual hair and like photoshopped it onto his head.
yeah. But yeah, looking at the last one. I don't know. It doesn't like it's supposed to pop out at you, but instead he just kind of looks short. You know what I
Yeah, I need
mean?
3D glasses to see the 3D version of the poster.
Yeah.
Oh god.
He just looks like midget Hulk.
Um, and then what I find interesting is that they do the thing where they have the names of the cast on the top, but they only have one of the cast members in the picture. Because you remember the Iron Man one where they did that was the crappy one with the floating heads because they wanted to fit the whole cast on there. But this one is just Hulk, you know. Same with the one before, but like this one is more obvious because it's like stretched out along the top. All right. So here's the next one. Ooh, that's not MCU poster. I must have accidentally thrown that in. Thought we could review some fun posters in here.
Yeah, fun.
Now let's.
Who is Corky Romano?
I'm not sure. That's the thing. Like, I don't think it's aged well because no one knows.
No one knows Corky Romano. Apparently, they didn't do a very good job letting people know.
Yeah, it should be posters should be answering more questions than they're asking.
Exactly, because I don't even know who this actor is.
I imagine at the time you would have known the actor, but like maybe you shouldn't.
Probably.
Maybe it was like an unknown, and they were like,
just.
Who is Corky Romano? You don't know.
Maybe
better go to the
Corky
movie.
Romano is the actor, not the character.
Maybe you should go to the movie to figure it out.
Yeah, you gotta find out.
That is the smile of someone whose acting career has gone sideways.
It is gone down the drain. This guy.
Dude, that man has like plastic implants in his cheeks to hold his smile
I know.
up.
Look at those.
They had to CGI out all the sweat.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think this is very effective considering we don't know what movie it is.
No, you don't even like. You said maybe the people at the time would have known it. Do you have any idea when this was released?
Well, I actually don't even know if it's that old of a movie. It just kind of feels like it. Also, especially like look at like the type of image it is. Like the color doesn't look
you're right.
very like digital. It looks like analog color from an old film camera.
Yeah, you're right.
In fact, it almost looks like the color's painted on, like a black and white movie. Yeah.
You'll never find out who Corky Romano is. I know I wouldn't if I'd seen it.
The world may never know.
The world may never know.
So let's move on to Iron Man 2 here.
All right.
And we got that classic Marvel gray clouds background.
Oh, yes, of course.
I mean, it's not an offensively bad poster.
No.
But it's a relatively visually uninteresting one.
Yeah, there's no explosions or helicopters like you see in all the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, the two Iron Men.
Yeah. No, I do think it was brave that they trusted their branding enough that they didn't even write Iron Man anywhere on the poster other than the
That's true.
website.
Well, I mean,
the website.
They must have done well enough with the first one.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Remember when every single movie had its own website? That used to be like the big thing.
Oh yeah.
It was like you'd go to thismovie.com. Otherwise, how are you going to see the trailers, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
now you just get them on YouTube.
Yeah, because everyone's on YouTube. All right.
Exactly.
Let's keep them going here. And this one's truly poor.
Yes, this is bad. It's the same background too.
Mm-hmm.
You've got his face just really, really badly superimposed.
Well, especially because Iron Man's body is standing exactly straight up, and his face is like at this angle.
It looks like it's leaning forward, but the suit really can't be all that much.
Yeah, because like the circle in the middle is perfectly circular. It's not like his body's leaning forward. So his head is just kind of resting.
He can't be like craning his neck that much.
Yeah. Everything about this is really bad. Like the light
and the lights. Yeah, the lighting on the sides of his face.
Yeah, like the lighting in the center should be like lighting up his nose, considering his head's leaning forward.
Oh, I know.
But it's just a little white spot in the middle of the poster.
Yeah.
You don't even know where to look because there's this giant white spot, but then there's kind of like the
look into the light, or are you gonna look at the really crappy face?
So yeah, this is one of the worst ones. All right, let's keep it rolling.
Here we go.
So they didn't even write Iron Man on this. So if you looked at this, would you know that it's Iron Man?
Nope. I would just think that it's, I don't know, some emo guy with electric whips. I don't know what he's up to.
The only like recognizable stuff is all in the background with like the things where it's like Tony Stark, something.
And are you really gonna look close enough to, see all these Tony Stark magazines?
You're just looking at the gross
newspaper
shirtless
clippings?
guy. He also has
Yeah.
like the light thing in his heart, and again,
Yeah.
it's not lighting up his
Starting to
face.
see a pattern.
No, like look at all these giant bright lights. Like those whips should be lighting up that whole freaking
Oh,
room.
I
Like
know.
that's full fluorescent lighting right there.
Yeah. His entire lower half, all you can see is the
There's
outlines.
no way it's that dark.
No. I guess they're all about their dramatic lighting.
Well, speaking of, look at like the white line across his right arm on the left side of the poster. Like you could just see the Photoshop because there was
Oh
clearly
yeah,
light
you're right.
right behind him, but in the shot, it's just newspapers right behind him.
Yeah, yeah.
So they just hired some garbage Photoshopper and put this thing together.
Yeah.
No respect. There's all this respect for the art of trailers. The art of featurettes, but there's no respect for the art of.
No.
Oh, they don't get it.
No, no.
All right, let's keep going.
Oh boy.
He's got a
This,
triangle in the middle now.
yeah, it's changed. This looks like it should be for a cartoon. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
He looks like an action figure.
Well, it looks just like a product. Like everything is like this is a sequel and it has Iron
Yep.
Man in it. Like that's what this says.
Yes.
It doesn't say anything about the characters. It's just like, hey, look, Iron Man. You like Iron Man? He's in this one. Sequel. Number 2.
Yep.
We use the same clouds again.
Yep, classic clouds, I was gonna say. But no, nothing in the bottom. It's just kind of dark. There's no ground or anything.
Yeah. Also, that 2 is a chalkboard. Like, I feel like someone should be writing
Yeah, it's all
equations
scratched
on
up.
it. Like,
Yeah.
Iron Man's gonna teach the kids calculus.
You know what? I'd believe it.
Would have been a better movie.
Probably. I mean, you got Steve Rogers teaching about puberty and Spider-Man Homecoming. Why not bring Iron Man in for some calculus?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's the next movie. All
Should
right.
be.
Keep it rolling so we can look at the Scarlett Johansson rotated 90 degrees.
Yes.
Which is the only position she will ever take. It's really just ridiculous because everyone else is facing forward, but then the women are both sideways.
Nope, you gotta get those curves, you know. I mean, this is pretty typical floating heads.
Yeah, I gotta say.
Weird lighting.
Yeah, and also like Iron Man, not Tony Stark, but Iron Man in the background. He looks like he's behind Iron Patriot, but then it just makes it look like his head is giant.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like, there's no composition. It's just like
it doesn't.
Here's what's in the movie.
Yeah, you can't tell any depth. It's like they're next to each other, but Iron Man is giant or something.
And the whole top of the poster is cluttered, and then the bottom's like empty. Like there's just nothing to like look at.
Yeah.
It just feels like a headache on print.
Now, is that I don't know what his name is. The guy with the whips, is that the same picture as before? Just like they edited the whips,
I don't know.
you think?
Let me hop back 2 pictures. No, it's not the same picture, but it's really similar.
It's the same pose.
Yeah, it's like I think they took the same picture, but it's like they changed the lighting and stuff.
Yeah,
it looks a lot different if you just put them side to side.
Yeah. Well, and because he's smaller, you can get away with little edits like that.
Yeah,
with lights.
Yeah.
So it could be.
Any other thoughts on this one?
Not really.
Nothing about the machine gun coming out of Iron Patriot's ear.
Wait, yeah.
Where's that coming
be
from?
A little farther forward
behind his back or anything. It's just out of his head.
It comes off his shoulder, right?
I feel like that's like a Photoshop
They just
error.
not. Yeah. Did they not bother to?
They did not bother. Don't finish the sentence.
No, they didn't.
They just did not bother. All right, keep them rolling. We got the same floating heads at different angles and a little bit more Scarlett Johansson vibe.
Yeah. Well, of course. What else do you need?
We also have 3 Iron Mans. We've got Tony Stark, giant head Iron Man, and falling Iron Man.
Of course. Now, I like how Iron Man, the suit in the background, the giant head, has like the blue coming out of his side. You see that like in the background, but you don't see that anywhere else. Is that the clouds from before, maybe?
Oh, yeah. No, that looks like smoke. That looks like something new. It doesn't, because the clouds were more textured.
Yeah, I know, you're right. But that's the only place it's in the poster, except for maybe a little bit behind Iron
Yeah.
Patriot.
Now the light coming out of Iron Man looks way too blue in this.
Yeah,
And also,
it's
like,
not. It's
out of his
definitely
weird triangle chest thing, like, it looks like such a, like, a photoshopped light effect. Because, like, it's not actually bouncing off any of the metal. It's just kind of lens flaring. And not
there.
even in a circle. Like, lens flares are circular, and it's just kind of in a blob around the triangle. Now, that blue light is really, like, distinct, but it's also not bouncing off of anything. Like, it's only in those
No.
areas. And it's, like, this compositional thing, because it's, like, if you look at this poster, like, you back up, like, that's half of what you're looking at. It's just a weird blue light.
Oh yeah, it really draws your attention.
Yeah, when it's really not trying to show you anything.
And it's hard. I mean, maybe it's just the image quality. It's hard to tell what the falling Iron Man is. A casual observer would just think it's like a line in the middle between them.
And also think about, like, the
know.
line in the middle, the way it's dividing them, because, like, everyone on this poster is one of the good guys. So what's the line represent? Like, why is Pepper Potts on the Don Cheadle side, but Scarlett Johansson is on the Robert Downey Jr. side? Isn't it the other way around in the movie? Like, because Pepper Potts is with Tony Stark. It doesn't make any sense. And it's might think
scandalous.
If it was a better poster, you might think, oh, maybe this is an implying something gets mixed around in that part of the story. But I just think it's
very little thought.
I think
was
it's
put
just
into
a way
this.
for them to put their faces together.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's not spend more time talking about it than they took putting it together. So
yeah.
Let's go on here. So this is Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2.
Super Babies.
I don't like this poster. Wow. Actually, I don't like it.
I'm surprised.
The photoshopping sunglasses on babies wearing diapers is actually not very appealing. Look at those sunglasses. No. Those are like, that's like they took a DSi and made it do like the input sunglasses on thing. Like, it's not even a Snapchat filter.
Oh, yeah, like deal with it or something.
Yeah, it's not even Snapchat filter level.
Oh, I know.
And then what are those helicopters? I don't know what those are supposed to be.
Those don't look like helicopters to me unless they're I can't understand what these are. There's nothing.
And then there's on the left and the right there's a boy with his head coming out of the Pixar ball with wings. And
what?
And there's Mr. Clean's son with adopted son with the OxyClean guy over there on the left. Don't drive, crawl.
And if you're gonna expect me to know who that guy walking on the right is, you'd be
dead wrong.
Very wrong.
Yeah. I love these posters so much. I want to get these up on my wall. All right.
Do it.
Let's keep it rolling, hating, and riding dirty. So, store poster here.
This is artistic. I like this. Maybe the black and white and then the only color is red thing is a little overdone, but I still, it's still got a nice aesthetic to it.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't as big of a poster meme at this point. Like,
yeah, probably.
It felt kind of fresh on this, and they didn't have to say the name. Thor is not a very well-known superhero, so it's pretty brave of them to once again no name and just the side of his face, but that they're relying on Mjolnir, that big hammer. So.
Oh yeah, that's the big selling point. If you don't know who he is, you're thinking there's a big muscly guy with a hammer about to smash some stuff. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
All right, we got the meme where you put the text in front of the face.
Yes.
And instead of actually making certain things in the thing red, you just turn the whole thing red.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, everything is red here. I like it. Actually, I don't really like it, but
what can you say?
The God of Thunder, right over the face, and
like that's not even like
you can't. You're not gonna think this is a superhero movie. You're gonna think this is a mythology movie.
Well, also like that poster meme with like the text in the front. That's usually like a horror movie. Like she's going to find you.
Yeah.
Kill you. But then this is like it's not a statement or anything. It's just the God of Thunder.
Yeah.
That's it. That's true. Cool.
Yeah, you're gonna think this. You're gonna just think, oh, here we go, another crappy fantasy mythology movie. At least that's what I would think if I didn't
Yeah.
know Thor as,
Especially because
Marvel
we'd never
Thor.
seen this actor as Thor before.
Exactly.
We didn't. It was a whole new thing. Even though it was MCU, no one really had a concept of what that really meant.
Yeah.
So let's look at this one from the studio that brought you Iron Man. I hate the way that T just like covers up Edward's
Yes.
face. And then like the O like covers up one eye.
At least the T is centered, but the rest of them did not really.
The R covering up one nostril and around one eye. Ugh,
Yikes.
it just hurts to look at.
And
like,
I'm trying to figure out where a sideways poster like this would be, like this horizontal poster. Where would you put that?
This is like a billboard, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They had that much trust in it.
Yeah, they had a lot of confidence in this.
Yeah, it's bad. But there's nothing to say about it, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh, that sucks. Moving on with this one.
You still don't know who these people are in the background. You're not gonna know that's Loki or any of these guys. But they're
showing the actors.
Yeah. Did the gatekeeper even show up all that much? Were they just looking for someone to put in the background?
There's actually one of the reasons that these floating head posters, they have them for like every movie, is because the actors guilds require, like, if you're paying them a certain amount, they have all these rules about like where they get placed on posters.
Oh,
and stuff.
wow.
So there's lots of politics behind these floating heads posters. Are bad because they're more about the politics than they are about advertising. But when you have to do a floating heads poster, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
You have Thor. He's got a clear line of action.
Yes. Honestly, there should be a falling Iron Man at the end of each of these lines.
Yes. And like the ground behind him is like breaking up.
Oh yeah.
So it looks cool. Everything's divided by the Iron Man lines.
Yeah.
So there's some good geometry. Only thing I don't like is the fact that Thor's left arm is coming out of his ear.
Yeah.
It's too high up.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense the way he's posed.
Like, obviously, it's a fake photo.
Yeah,
so,
well, yeah.
Like, they couldn't just get him to pose and not make it look so bizarre.
Yeah, I would rather, like, it be him, like, smashing the ground with the hammer instead of, like, poking it with the handle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Like, how is he breaking that ground if he's just kind of popping it? But that would put the hammer right on top of their name, Marvel Studios, and they wanted the hammer to be more distinct in the shot. I understand the decision. And like when you glance at this poster, it looks really good. Yeah. It's when you keep staring at it, you realize that it's not perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Nicolas Cage, Bangkok Dangerous. Now, I love showing this poster to people for the first time because it looks just kind of standard when you first look at it, and then you look for like 3 more seconds, and
then you keep looking.
So look at his arms. Like the one arm is just across his neck and just gone, and then the other arm is holding a gun, right? Except it's not. No gun.
I mean,
he's just got his fingers and like bizarre contortions.
Like, with how long his arms is, that one arm has to be going into the other armhole of his jacket.
He only has one giant long arm.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, Genie, I would like to become a very well-known film star. I would like to be very good at sporting leather jackets, and also I would like my 2 arms combined
yes,
into one.
I want you to
giant long
amputate
freak arm.
one arm and attach it to the other.
And then at the bottom, there's lava and sparks together.
Hey,
It's all in the
yes, it's all in the
execution.
execution. You better believe it.
Very well executed.
Lord.
All right, so this is probably the best one so far here.
Yes.
Moving on here.
Yes, this is definitely the best one. I've the grit. It's all about the grit. He looks like real, a fighting hero. This is World War II.
You had this up in your room, right?
Yes, I did. I
For
bought
your
it at a book fair. Actually, now I think about it, Jared had it too. He had it up in his room for a while because it's a
yeah.
great poster. It's a really, really cool poster.
Yeah, yeah. And I like the fact that, like, remember that Iron Man 2 poster where it was just kind of like, hey, here's the product that you're gonna get if you go buy this
Yeah,
movie. This one is like the antithesis of that. It's
exactly.
like it's trying to say something with the poster. Nothing about it is perfect or floaty. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shield
It's
is
all,
buffed up and
yeah,
also
all
like the
the
stars rotated. It's
scratches.
not
Yeah,
straight up.
yeah. Nothing's perfect about this per se, except
Mhm.
for maybe he's standing straight up, looking at the ground. His
Yeah.
posture is perfect.
Well, he's strong,
Yeah,
but like also like they did the meme where you got the head looking down, but instead of doing the Iron Man thing where he's still looking at the camera, so it looks like his head is just kind of turtled out forward.
yeah,
It just looks like
yeah.
he's
He's
looking
just
down.
looking down.
They didn't have to overdo
Yeah, it's
it.
very dramatic, but it's not like he's not trying to look intimidating like Iron Man was. He's, I don't know, deep
Hmm.
in thought or something. Who knows?
And I also thought that this was back when Marvel was still doing film for their movies, and I felt like this was a really good balance of having that dark and gritty superhero look that many people were going for, but still keeping the red, white, and blue
Yeah, yeah.
crystal clear.
It's not
It's a
entirely.
happy medium
It's
because
not.
they're like rich colors.
Yeah, it's not like Batman or something where it's just everything is dark and.
Yeah, it's sad that Batman's seen like that now. I like
Yeah,
always remember like the animated
yeah,
series with all the
yeah,
purples and blues and this and like you get reduced into this like grayscale garbage.
yeah.
And I felt like this was, the film really made this color scheme work.
Very well,
All right,
yeah.
you want to see how they screwed up this poster? They took everything right about it
Yep.
and just screwed it up.
No.
They just threw it into like a
Wow.
saturation increaser and just
Yep.
drove up the
I
scale.
know. Why would they do this? They did so well in the first one.
Yeah, they just had to screw it up. They're like, hey, but we also have a colorful one if that's
Yes,
what you're
let's
into.
let's make the clouds look like an explosion. Maybe that'll work well, right?
Even though it's so obviously not an explosion, it's just red,
And
and that means, but like, there's no like reflection on him. Like
oh
his
yeah,
light is all white.
yeah,
The light is
they
all white
made
on
an
him.
attempt at well, no, they didn't even make an attempt. It's the exact same outline of him as
If you look at the one before, like the first Avenger, it's like small text under the big text. But here it's like they
oh,
didn't even
first
try.
Avenger. Yeah, and it's the same
It's like
font.
it's different and the font's wrong. Like, yeah, the
Yeah,
name's even slightly different. I have a feeling that maybe this one wasn't official or something. I don't. I found this
yeah,
one. They said it was official, but it just feels so wrong.
yeah. This is not right.
So
How could
amateur.
how could they have
Just
put this much effort into the first one and then completely destroy the next one? I don't
yeah.
know.
Just for the memes in the video, I'm gonna throw in another one right now where it's the same thing, but it's even more saturated and crappy. So, oh gosh. All
uh,
right, let's keep it going. And another great poster here.
yes,
We've
dramatic.
got that same like film grit look
Yes,
going on.
looking dramatically off into the distance. Very, very
Yeah, yeah.
patriotic. A little more colorful, a little less grit. But
But
you
it's
can get
yeah, but
both.
you still got the film grit. And one of the things I like about this is that it's not being patriotic and like the Michael Bay,
Yeah,
hey, you're an American, you should like this
yes.
because I put American flags
In
on it.
every
It
single
feels
scene,
really
yeah.
honest.
There's got to be an
It
American flag in the
feels
background of everything.
it feels honest. It feels true to what they're going for.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the Americanism, it's also about, he's got this look of determination.
Yeah.
It's about the character.
Yeah.
So I think it really works. I think it's weird that his body is faced in the opposite direction of his head.
Yes. Now that I look at it.
When you're looking at it, but like once you look at his shoulders and compare them to his neck,
yeah,
then that's
he's
the one
quite contorted there.
Yeah. He's got a bendable neck.
Yeah.
It's something to be commended. That way you can show how broad your shoulders are and still have yourself looking off into the distance. So, there's that. Alright, let's keep it going for the floating heads and garbage.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much exactly what you expect.
Yeah.
They still have the weird red clouds going on.
Yes.
But then they added sparks and flames on the bottom.
Just a little bit of fire in the corner, yeah.
Why? And it looks like he spilled coffee on his shield.
Yeah, I know.
All the guns on the left are pointed down, and all the guns on the right are pointed up.
Except for the one guy who's just standing there.
And he's looking, like, at the camera.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Steve is looking at the camera.
Yeah.
But the guy behind him is like, hey, there's a camera.
Well, and that guy, I don't remember who he is. That guy wasn't part of Captain America's squad. Who is he? He doesn't look like he belongs there.
I haven't watched these movies in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while for me as well. But he doesn't look like somebody who'd be in the thick of things in World War II. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be part of that squad. I don't know.
Yeah, like everyone else is going into battle, and he's like organizing everything. Like, why are you in the shot? And Red Skull looks like something out of a PS2 game or something. Like, it just looks bad.
Yeah.
And they do that studio thing from the studio.
Oh,
yeah, doesn't mean anything.
There.
So, but then it's like that
same.
brought you, and then Iron Man and Thor in their
own font. That needs to stop. I mean, I
hate that so much.
I already hate the Iron Man font. Just please don't slap it on there.
Yeah, and the Thor font, like, it looks okay on Thor stuff, but like here it just looks so wrong.
Yeah, it's out of place, very.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah,
I like this.
It's floating heads.
It's floating heads.
I think it works. It's got the American flag.
Yeah, the same American flag in the gazing off into the distance one.
Yeah. It shows you, it's got a good, like, line of motion. Everything tracks from that upper left corner
exactly,
down to the lower right.
You know exactly what you want to look at, and you're going to look at it.
Mm-hmm. And Red Skull actually looks cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't. It's not the PS2 CG or whatever you want to call it. He did spill more coffee on his shield in different places than before.
True. But the composition is all very good.
Yes.
And also, I feel like there's no egregious lighting problems, which has been like in every other poster. Like the lighting looks. Everyone kind of looks like they're in the same kind of light.
Yeah.
For the most part, so like.
They got rid of trying to do that, dramatic shadows stuff that they did with all the Iron Man stuff.
It's bright.
Yes.
And it's.
Yeah.
It's bright, but it's still gritty and honest.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we see that a lot, and it's really demonstrated in this poster. We got the hype poster.
Assemble 2012. This was big deal.
Hype. Pure hype. It was just nothing but hype.
All the Avengers have had their movie, except for Scarlett Johansson and Hawkeye, and now it's time for them all to come together.
Yeah, so that's all this poster really means. Like, I don't like that glossy look. It's kind of like the old iPhone kind of thing.
Yeah.
It hasn't aged well, but the poster tells you what it is.
Yeah, I should have zoomed out. That's my only complaint.
It's the guys together.
If you... I don't know. There's this circle around it. It makes you want to see the whole thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I think that, like, by leaving you wanting, it's like... It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's so big we couldn't even fit on the poster. Yeah. But there's nothing to it.
Yeah,
it's just
not much to say.
So let's keep them rolling with the garbage billboard poster, I think. Where everyone looks like an action figure.
Yeah. I am about to...
A lot.
I'm going to head down to Toys R Us and buy that Captain America,
Yeah. I don't even know how they achieved something that looked that bad.
That's incredible.
And like like Thor's arms are just wrong.
Oh yeah.
And like because they recast the guy who's plays Hulk.
Yeah,
It's like
you have
they
no
gotta give him
idea.
that green glow so that you
The
know
green.
that he's Hulk. Like his lighting's green. Like it's back to garbage lighting. Like none of the lighting is the same on any of the characters.
Oh yeah.
At all.
It's
And look at Tony's hand, which is larger than his head.
yeah.
And like look at how like the light isn't reflecting off of anything. It's just kind of like that one weird bulb of light.
Yeah.
Ugh.
As it has been with the other posters, it's just kind of crappily.
It's still really painful. And then like his other hand, like the one on the bottom by the In Cinemas Soon.
Oh yeah.
It just looks
Wait,
really
are his
wrong.
fingers supposed to be curled? Like when?
Yeah, but they're not covering up the light.
Yeah,
like he's, like,
when your fingers are curled, they
curling
go over
them
your
like
palm, unless he.
I don't know. Like you could like do like a like a little knuckle bend.
Yeah.
In an Iron Man suit. Yeah, it seems improbable. Also,
yeah.
like, is Thor wearing like a what do you call that? Like, it's like his stomach looks compressed.
Oh yeah, he's got a girdle or something.
Yeah, he's really tightening that belt.
Yeah.
Man. His chest looks very large.
Well, that's got to be more.
Just too shapely.
That's got to be more CG or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. It almost looks like even though they just had the guy who plays Hulk, they just had him wearing like a suit. It still looks like his head is photoshopped done.
Yeah, I know.
Like they couldn't, you can't get him to wear like a suit jacket. It's too much. You can't pose him like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's not Photoshop, but like either that or the pose is just really bad.
Yeah. Yikes.
All right, let's bop it. Hey, look, now it's like the same thing, but it's with characters you don't care about.
Ah, hey, look at that. Who are these people?
Hey, look, it's Scarlett Johansson's boobs and pretty much nothing else.
She's not turned around at least.
Yeah, but the boob emphasis is very
it's right
obvious.
there. That was sewn into her costume.
Yeah, no, instead it's Loki who's giving you the Scarlett Johansson sideways look. But they fade him out on the bottom, so we don't even get any.
Oh, I know,
man.
Disappointing. Loki would be
also,
the only character you would know if you had seen Thor. No one knows who these two are.
Well, yeah. Everyone knows who Samuel L. Jackson is.
Well, yeah.
So there's that. But then like, look at how Hawkeye's legs are bent. Like his head should be way lower than everybody else's head, but he's like just floating. Like compare it to Nick Fury's legs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like his
feet
crouching.
Are practically at the bottom of the poster.
Yeah.
But he's like floating.
Yeah, he's floating. It almost. Yeah. Oh, and with the depth perception, he looks like a midget. Like if you don't think about it too hard, he looks like ridiculously short. You can see that.
Yeah, it does. And don't even talk about the lighting.
Oh.
The lighting's, it's all garbage. Like Loki looks like golden, but everyone else looks like they're under fluorescent.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you think about this one?
Nah.
All right. Hey, it's the popular one.
Oh, here we go.
The
yes.
one that was on the Blu-ray.
Everyone.
And they did the thing at the bottom where they put the Avengers logo in the middle of the word May.
Ooh.
And also they changed the A in the word Avengers.
Yeah,
the loop around it is a lot less defined. I don't know how I feel about it.
A, yeah.
Also, why is Captain America a giant?
Yeah, I mean, even...
The scale is wrong.
Well, like, even if... I mean, you can kind of tell he's standing on something,
he's standing on something, but he's still too big.
Yeah, it's not clear enough to see, and even then, he's a giant.
Yeah, like, put your fingers on, like, he's behind Scarlett Johansson here.
Yeah.
But then, like, if you compare it to Scarlett Johansson, like, he's just giant.
Oh, I know.
Like, everyone else is here with their superpowers / arrow, and then there's just Nick Fury in the back.
Yeah, who was not there.
Take this, aliens!
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he was not on the ground.
Mother fathers!
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang! Yeah, so... And we also have a bit of a sky beam effect in the back. That was a meme. So it's really not that good of a poster. Also, like, the lighting.
It's the one everybody's seen. So.
It's the one everyone's seen, but it's not really that great.
Yeah.
You'll look at
they really must have pushed this one. And
All right, let's move it on to my favorite poster of all time. This is not MCU, obviously. It's X-Men. But it's my favorite Marvel poster ever because of how incompetent it is. First, I can't decide if it's a silhouette.
Yeah.
Because, like, at the bottom, you've got, like, the grayscale. But on the top, it's just, like,
it's just an
pure
outline.
blank space.
Yeah. You've got
and
white
then
and black.
But his face just over his crotch.
His face... His face... They couldn't bother to put his face on his face and maybe just not have a silhouette. Instead, you have, like, just the brief inside of his face. Like, when I recognize this actor, you recognize him by the bald head and kind of, his jaw and stuff like that.
Is that even him as the floating head? I thought that was somebody else as the floating head.
Really?
Yeah, that's somebody else as the floating head. I don't even know who that is. I haven't really watched the X-Men movies.
Oh.
Shoot me. Yeah, that's somebody else.
Yeah,
so
you know what it could be. You have no idea. Well, I mean, I suppose if you follow X-Men, was this the very first? Was this the first movie?
No, I don't believe so. It's First Class, so it's 2011. So yeah, it's later.
So
but like, there's just nothing in this poster.
If it's not him, why put it over his silhouette? Or why put?
You're asking me.
Why put anything there at all? Why?
God, explain! I keep screaming, but God won't answer.
And his armrest is cutting out the top of his eye. Like they couldn't bother to put it over. You see that? They couldn't bother to put it over the white.
I definitely see that. I'm definitely cringing. All right. So that's the last one there. If this video does well, or if we decide to, we can do phase 2. Any other final thoughts, Ian?
No.
Well,
watch the Crimson Grin when it comes out. It'll be on my channel.
Go over, check out Ian's Black channel. Once again, in the end card, I'll link to my video on Ian's channel, and right now I'll just link to the channel as a whole. And subscribe to see those movies that are in the works. All sorts of interesting stuff. If you would like to see more of this, please let me know in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss it. So thanks so much. Thanks for coming on, Ian.
Yeah, no problem.
Making this work. Ian and I have kind of had a bit of a history of these projects going wrong. We had something we were working on a long time ago that went south like Alaskan with a boat. So it was a mess. So live and learn. I've got some more stuff in the works, so stay tuned, and thanks for watching.